6:55 in the morning. I just woke up at 6:30. Uh, yeah, weird, huh? I never wake up at 6:30. I think I've consistently woke up at 6:30 for the last every day. Yeah. I'm tired. So my companion's a maniac, so half the days we go running, and then the other half we do push-ups and we actually work out. It's crazy. It's fun. We can only run for we have a half hour, so we get a chance to stretch, get dressed, start running, then have to get back to stretch, change, and take a shower. So we don't get that far. We should be able to get further probably. But yeah. So in the mornings. So guess what? It's pretty dang cold in Florida. And it's not actually like tropical weather like I was expecting. And because it's so cold, you can't really well, let me go back. It's cold. Like the first day I got here, it was just about 60 degrees. And I got to my place and it started getting cold, and my companion thought it was really cold even though he's from Utah. I didn't think it was that cold. I just thought, hey, it's pretty chilly. It's not like Florida is supposed to be. So luckily, because my mom made me bring a coat, I wore that a couple times. So that was kind of good. And so the last couple nights, it was, last week it was cold. And it got down to 20 degrees. And since everybody here has thinner blood, it's really cold for them. And they say that because of the humidity, the water in the air goes through you and goes to the bone, and it's colder in Florida because of the humidity. Say it's at 20 degrees here, and in Utah say it was at 5 degrees. They said it'd be colder here than in Utah because it's dry cold and this is a wet cold. But everybody says that is how it is, but I don't believe it, because I came from Utah and it was cold, and then I came here and it wasn't really that cold, so I could tell immediately. But my blood's gonna get thin, so the next time it's cold I'm gonna be freezing. So our heaters usually never get ran, and so we started running it, and it broke. And our neighbors broke and they had to get a new one, and it's pretty funny. But it's cold in Florida, and they say it's gonna get really hot, so that's not gonna be even cool at all. We have to wear a coat when we go running right now, and so it's pretty crazy. Not looking forward to the heat, but I'm glad that it was kind of cold. So you have to tell, what's her name? Cassie Larson. Her name's not Cassie Larson anymore, but she's married. Well, one day I was over at their house, and her dad we were talking about stinky feet. I don't know why, but her dad was heard about the conversation and came up and was telling us all about his stinky feet, and he used to have stinky feet, and he tried to find out all these ways to get rid of it. And so he said he had a way that works, and I'm like, well, what is it? And he said if you take those Jello packets and you melt them and you spray that Jello on your feet, it'll make them stop stinking. So I'm like, okay, cool. But my feet really didn't have a problem, so I didn't worry about it. So in the MTC, I was like, because my shoes have no breathing, I started to like stink, my feet. And I just started smelling it. And it got really annoying, so I just put up with it for a month. And last P-Day I went and bought some Jello. And I tried it and I haven't had stinky feet. Crazy, huh? Yep, that's Cassie's daddy gave me that idea. Remember it if you have stinky feet. But anyways, can't think of anything else to say. So one day we were out tracting, and this lady was, well, we were gonna go stop at a store, like a shop from this lady that's a member. But behind the shop there was like a market going on, a food market. And so we decided to go look around because there were some people there. And there's a lady performing, and she was taking a break, and so I started talking to her. And she's like, oh, you're the missionaries, oh. And I'm like, well, do you know us? Do you know who we are? She's like, yeah, I used to feed you and all this stuff. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, well, do you know about Joseph Smith? And she's like, yeah, I know about Joseph Smith. He's a prophet. She started teaching us the entire first lesson. It was amazing. And she wasn't even a member. And then her daughter was walking over, and she said, she was listening to the first lesson that her mom was giving, and everybody else in the market could hear the lesson going on, and it was kind of cool. And then her daughter, I started telling them, more about it, and her daughter got interested, and she was 17, and so her mom's like, you need to learn about this so that you can decide for yourself what you want to do. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll learn about it. So we got an appointment with her, and we're going to teach her a little bit more. One of the funny things was she was telling about the first vision. She said, and Moroni came and he saw him in a grove of trees, and instead of Jesus Christ and God. She's like, Moroni? Or so it was kind of funny. She was a little bit off. And then her daughter was like, well, I've been baptized already. And before we could say anything, her mom comes in and is like, well, they're going to tell you it doesn't count. And she's like, what? So the mom continued and said, well, think about it. Why did Jesus Christ need to be baptized by John the Baptist? Why couldn't he just go up to anybody? Because John the Baptist had the authority to baptize and all this stuff. So anyways, she said that she's a really good cook, and they're going to feed us, and we're going to teach them a lesson this week. Hopefully it works out. But that's the lady. We have another investigator that we're teaching the lessons to, and it's going really good. Even though he's not in our area, he just comes down to visit. And these people, these members, so he likes to cook too, and he's going to feed us, and we're going to teach him the third lesson. But I'm excited. Well, that actually is a conclusion of all the stuff that I wanted to tell you about. So, unless you want to hear about basketball, we get to play basketball with some of the youth here, and they're pretty good, and all these black kids come from the projects, and we just go into the gym, and it's like a maniac ball. But it's a blast. And the MTC, I was playing basketball, and I twisted my ankle and had to be sitting out and icing it and stuff, and I have to wrap it every day. So it's or every time we play. It's kind of annoying, but anyways. Well, life's been fun. The mission is fun. Hope that you're having, a blast at home. Get your work done. Do your schoolwork while you're sitting around doing nothing. Anyways, I should probably take a shower right now, but what it's gonna do, it's kind of like, makes it like I don't want to go to the temple because I need my pee day. Well, Scott, this is number 9. Number 9 recording. So basically, you remember I said that those videos and those pictures I couldn't view. I'm going to take them to Walmart today if it's B-Day, so I can't really. I'm not sure if we're going to go to the temple or whatnot. But, I need to see them before I send the tape, this disc, or the card back home. Okay, things that you need to do for me. Alright. I want you to make a copy of this, and if nothing else, just take it over to my, hold on, the phone's ringing. Number 10. Sorry, that was a phone call from Brother Lloyd again. He calls every morning. But I had left my backpack over there last night, like I had said before previously. So they're at she's the seminary teacher, so they do that at the church, which is right around the corner. Since I have keys to the church, we're going to go, I told her to leave the backpack there and I'll go pick it up. But, anyways. My companion's in the shower. And, dude, you need to see our water heater. It is like a miniature. It's awesome. I've never seen one like it. But I guess you don't really need that much hot water in Florida because it's only cold for like a month out of the year. But it's like a 10-galloner. Normally they're 40 gallons, but it's weird. Anyways, what was I saying? Okay, I want you to get a disc for my mom. And if nothing else, take the camera over and have her listen to this recording. And it said, Scott, what the heck? Write me back. And then it said, go ahead and find it. That was the best experience of my life. The MTC was the best. I loved it. I was glad I got to stay there for 4.5 weeks, which is like awesome. Anyways. Oh yeah. So yeah, go get that tape. Go watch it. I gotta tell my mom, don't ruin this tape. But anyways, I'm really excited. I'm gonna go eat a bowl of Life cereal because I'm hungry. But I can't really think of anything else to say. So if this is my last recording, I'm going to listen to those recordings you sent me and see if there's any notes. That's cool that my dad paid you really well when you did the subbing. I know he always does, all his subs, because it's such a pain to have to do that. So just take it, whatever. You need it. But my, well, I guess, that sucks. I was wanting to be Jensen. But if you if you send it to my house, I think if I don't talk to you again, this is good. But 8 years is such a long time. Scott, this is what it looks downtown. Looks like in Chiefland. That's Walmart, you can't really see it.
You're Mexican.
Scott, this is what our neighborhoods look like, and there's lots of trees, as you can see. We're going to my bishop's house. Our bishop's house. I think. Lots of trees. It's crazy.
Tis a gift.
Imagine tracting on this kind of road. I love the trailer houses. Yeah, there's a house back here. You would never know. Of course, you gotta have the dog.
Rocky! Rocky!
That's not scary at all. Access to our office. Bring it here.
Todd, Brian, is what we're doing with your reimbursement. We finally figured out how we can do it and make everything work.
Bring it here. Rocky. Hey. Alright. It's like Patch times 10. It's a crazy maniac dog. I love him.
Family.
Fancy.
You almost lost it.
Yep. This is our not pee day.
This is your not Pete. I don't know about you.
We don't have time, but Scott, this is recording number 11 or 12 or something. 12, I think. So basically, I remembered I wanted to tell you something before I sent this off. I'll probably think of some more stuff because, you know, I'm going to the temple tomorrow at 7 in the morning. We worked it out. So guess what? I just thought about it and I wanted to tell you. We do this thing called the Beast Feast. And I'll probably send this off before the actual Beast Feast. And basically, everybody in the ward gets together and they barbecue and grill and deep fry up beasts of every kind. They're gonna have squirrel, snakes, raccoons. What kind of other stuff are they gonna have? Possums. So basically everything you find on the road killed. They go out and shoot it and like cook it up. Some guys bring in a zebra. Armadillos. Gators. Tail. And they're gonna elk. And then guess what?
Birds, ducks, geese, chickens.
All that stuff. And then they're gonna put all these dishes out in the gym. And you go through. Are we there? Yeah? Are we there? What? You go through and you pick out what you want. You don't know what it is yet. And then after you decide what you want, you start eating, and after everybody's done, they start calling out the numbers and they start telling you what you've got to eat. What are we doing? Hold on, we gotta go talk to this patient. And they'll start telling you what you've eaten and you don't even know until after. So it's kind of really funny, but you gotta love it. Anyways, we're gonna go contact. Okay, bye. We just got chased down by some dogs. Oh my god.
And now they're following us. Oh man.
That was the scariest thing I've ever had happen to me. In the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we just got ran down by 2 dogs. And we went back into the middle of nowhere. And through these trees. I don't even know where we were driving. And there was a house. So we're like, oh, okay. So we pull up and start knocking on the door. And from the house next door, these dogs are just booking it at us, like barking. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get in the car. So I jump in the car, like my companion's still at the door. So he runs to the car and like makes it before the dogs get there, and then they circle the car and like are barking the whole way we're driving out. That's scary. Anyways, life goes on. I didn't do anything.
Oh man. Smith, you're too nice, man. Can't do nice things like
Look
that.
at this.
You'll get a
Elder
big hit.
Smith is sewing my shirt. He's like the awesomest companion that I never had.
That I never had. Cute, that's cute.
But this is my companion right here.
Yeah, whatever.
He just gets me
You
chased
just
down by dogs.
You just downed me, man. You're done.
And then this guy can do like juggling, remember? Yeah. He's
That's
sewing
what
my
you're gonna
shirt.
be known for. The guy that can do
Are you
juggling.
kidding me? I'm learning so much stuff. I learned the Rubik's Cube.
And he learned the Rubik's Cube
4
from
minutes.
Elder
And then
Smith.
the juggling. You know, by the time I go home, I can do anything. Kids are gonna love me. I'll be the
Awesome.
best dad ever.
Record.